Did you hear a click?
I heard a click.
Great. That means we're good to go.
Well, that just means we're on.
We're on.
I don't know how good to go we are.
Yeah, that is questionable, isn't it? Especially on a sweltering summer's day.
When we're sitting in the studio with no air, no fan on because they make too much noise.
Well, this next conversation is with a very talented guitar player that left us way too soon.
Can I get electrocuted if my sweat gets onto the microphone?
No.
Can that electrocute me?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. No,
I have no insurance policy, so you're not going to,
But you're not on stage. And actually, the whole thing is computer generated.
Yeah,
so,
well, whatever. Just
touch it and see if it goes zzz.
No, you touch it. You touch it. Anyway, yeah. Randy Rhoads, did you know that he was a classically trained guitarist?
No, I did not know that until just now.
And he started the band Quiet Riot.
And I didn't know that either.
He was only 16.
Wow.
And Quiet Riot was the first metal band to get a Billboard award.
I didn't know that either.
Well, guess what? Well, listen on. I have a whole lot more.
Hi, this is Brian White. Welcome to Season 2. You burped while I was doing my intro. Hi, this is Brian White. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 39 of Celebrity Soul Speak with Brian and Renee. Interviews from the other side. Randy Rhoads. My wife Renee is a spirit communicator. She speaks to those on the other side, and I've been a radio personality for over 50 years. The other side established communication with us because they wish to stay in touch with this dimension. They are our teachers, the invisible knowledge that helps us on our way. They have much to share and hope that those who listen will reflect on their messages.
It's that time of the program where I massacre just about every country, state, city in the world. I am not very good at some of these pronunciations, but I'm going to try because we want you to know we appreciate you listening. So, Socastee, South Carolina, Four Corners, Florida, Bannerman, Iraq, Ferndale, Maryland, right around the corner from Linthicum Heights, Clayton, Missouri, Alla Trento, Italy, Abasan Al-Khabara, Israel, Jeffersontown, Kentucky, Fort de France, Martinique, Xinyu, Japan, Brent, Florida, Ifraz Kamal Aga, Iraq, Rubidou, California, Luki, Russia, Aspen Hill, Maryland, St. Sebastian de Frontenac, that's Quebec, Canada, Kensington, New York, Prague, Czech Republic, Liberec, Czech Republic, Kulesti, Romania, Hamburg, Germany, Ballinahinch, United Kingdom, Pau, France, Bargode, United Kingdom, and Jeroskipu Municipality in Cyprus. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if I offended anyone by my mispronunciations, but I'm trying. You never know when that bell's going to ring and this adventure's over. One of rock's mysteries unfolded on March 19th, 1982. 25-year-old Ozzy Osbourne guitarist Randy Rhoads died in a plane crash, despite having a reported fear of flying. The fiery crash in Leesburg, Florida happened after a joyride in a 1955 Beechcraft Bonanza. Among the dead was Rhoads, as well as Rachel Youngblood, a 58-year-old seamstress and cook for the Osbourne band, and Andrew Aycock, a 36-year-old bus driver with an expired pilot's license. Ozzy Osbourne, Randy's manager, and Ozzy's future wife Sharon, bassist Randy Sarzo, drummer Tommy Aldridge, and keyboardist Don Airy were asleep in an adjacent tour bus. The plane made 3 passes over the home, apparently in a joyriding attempt to buzz over the other band members. On the final pass, Aycock clipped the tour bus, spun out of control, hit a nearby pine tree, and nosedived into the house. The ensuing fireball killed all 3 passengers. I was awoken from my sleep by a loud explosion, Osbourne later said in a sworn statement. I immediately thought that we'd hit a vehicle on the road. I got out of bed, screaming to my fiancée Sharon, get off the bus. After getting out of the bus, I saw that a plane had crashed. I didn't know who was on the plane at the time. The report issued from the NTSB said this tragedy was the result of poor judgment. The shy Rhoads was said to hate flying and moreover was known as a dedicated player who would spend nights off practicing rather than joining in the debauchery that typically surrounded the rock star life. Rhoads' shooting star of a career had lasted less than 10 years, first as a co-founder of Quiet Riot at just 16, and then for Osbourne's first solo work after leaving Black Sabbath, a brief but important period that included both 1980's Blizzard of Oz and 1981's Diary of a Madman. Raised by a single mother, Rhoads' training in classical music gave him a cliché-free sound unique to rock. In an interview with Guitar Player magazine, Ozzy made this statement shortly after Randy passed. "We had a great rapport together. We loved each other very dearly. I swear to God, the tragedy of my life is the day he died." Randy Rhoads, are you available? Randy said, "Wondering when you were going to get around to me." "Hey, so nice to meet you. I would love a chat." Randy said, "Sure. I've heard about you, and I would like to be part of your project. I am one of those who died before I really lived, but I do have things to say. I would be honored to help you communicate to the world, and I would love to help you reach out to Ozzy." Randy said, "There have been others who have given him messages." "Well, we'll put it out there." Randy said, "What do you want to know?" "Well, really interested in the last part of your life in transition. No one knows what happened for sure. It would be a service to set the record straight." Randy said, "Yes, there's been so much conjecture." "Well, what happened?" Randy said, "We went for a plane ride, and I died. No warning, just boom, and I was here." "What were you doing before the crash?" Randy said, "Chilling, drinking a beer." "Any loud noises?" Randy said, "I do think I heard arguing." "What do you call what happened to you?" Randy said, "An accident. The plane and the pilot were not so great. Not good for longevity." "I would say so. You went out and woke up there." Randy said, "Yes, it was so weird. I didn't realize I was dead at first. Something was different, but I didn't know what was going on. There were people milling around and little wisps of light everywhere. The colors were bright. It was like being in a cartoon almost. My grandfather appeared, and he said not to worry, I was all right. Then I remembered he was dead. Wow, so was I. We went to this party, welcome home, and I saw some relatives and friends that had passed." "Do they look like they did here?" Randy said, "Well, no, kinda. They don't look solid, but if you touch them, they are. And they're not necessarily the same age as you last saw them. They decide these things. Animals running around, everywhere there is happiness. There's very little that you are not in control of. You decide where to live, what to do with your talents, how you look, etc." "So, did you believe in the afterlife before you went there? And if so, was it anything like you imagined it?" Randy said, "Yes. I felt there was something, but I really didn't give it much thought. I was too busy partying and playing music. I was only 25 there." "How did you feel when you realized you were dead?" Randy said, "At first, I wanted to come back. Then I saw the big picture and realized this was much better. That lifetime was just a part of a bigger picture that you will see when you get here. It really puts things into perspective when you have all the puzzle pieces. I don't miss anybody because they will eventually be here." "Anything that you were surprised about there?" Randy said, "Oh, there are many surprises because humans do not have the slightest idea how things really are. It's too complex for the human mind to compute." "What about people who die and come back here? They have stories. A lot of them are similar and they don't seem so bad." Randy said, "Oh, it's not bad at all, but everyone has their own experience. It comes from the soul." "From where you are now, how do you see mankind?" Randy said, "Wow, it's just so amazing that we had no idea what life was really about. just blindly going along, doing whatever it takes to satisfy urges that come from some foreign thinking process in the human body that is really only useful in a few circumstances, an impediment in all others. I've been keeping up with your conversations, and you have a good handle on things. You know what you can know right now. I also agree with education being the way to change things. They don't know about the spiritual life, which is insane. It's part of our makeup. Yeah, it's like denying you don't have a leg. Randy said, yes, that's a good way to put it. Are you going to come back here in another life? Randy said, I don't think so. There are so many opportunities in this dimension. Somebody said, why do this again if you've already done it? I agree. Well, you have the mic and the world is listening. Randy said, learn about life, all aspects of life, especially spiritual life. Spiritual life is the key that unlocks all the doors to your eternal soul. Love each other. There's no real reason to live the way it is done. Make changes that you know are necessary. Ozzy. Randy said, oh, I do miss him. I love you, man. You were my brother. That's nice. Ozzy is still emotional about you. I don't know, but I'm a fan and I can see the pain in his face when your name's mentioned. Randy said, I do visit him. I know he is sad and misses me too, but I really want him to live his life to the fullest. We'll be partying for eternity when he gets here. What's a few more years? That's figuratively speaking. Right. Well, let's hope Ozzy gets to hear this. Maybe someone will send it to him if somebody knows him. Hint. Thank you so much, Randy. Can we bend your ear again sometime? Randy said, you can bend my ear anytime. Thank you for all you're trying to do. Oh, thanks.
Thanks for joining us. Join Celebrity Souls Speak on Facebook at facebook.com/The Celebrity Souls Speak. And check out Renee's blog at commonsenseinwilmingtonnc.blogspot.com. Sense spelled CENTS.